Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so that we can bring you the latest news as it happens, and we can also work together with our great leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream a reality, and at the same time expose the terrorist activities of the Nigerian government to the whole world to see. The Serikin Fulani of Imo State, Hope Uzodimma, has now fled Obinze barrack, to Abuja. He thought he was secured because unknown gunmen tried to smoke him out at the barracks. But like a thief at night, the Fulani Nigerian government shipped their worthy slave to Abuja, where he will be given a caliphate, I suppose. This foolish betrayer Serikin Fulani of Imo State, who even betrayed the altar of God where he vowed to protect his people, but the reverse was the case, or is the case. He can never run forever. He stole the Imo people's mandate. He stole the mandate from the Imo people because he came forth in the election, and the Fulani Janjaweed at Supreme Court, did their wuru-wuru and they gave him the governorship. As if that was not enough, he invited his Janjaweed Fulani Nigerian military to massacre Biafran people in Imo State. There can never be any Fulani caliphate in Olu or any other Biafran cities, town or province. The Fulanis should understand this. They should know that anyone promising them that they will allow them build their caliphate is just deceiving them. It's not going to be possible, because our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said not an inch of Biafran land will be ceded to the Fulani terrorists. I thought Hope Uzodimma had all securities, at Obinze and everywhere he's moving. But he was almost overpowered by the unknown gunmen. After running and hiding and disguising, Hope Uzodimma shall be found and sent to God for judgment. One of the proponents of One Nigeria, Femi Falana, who supported the late Buhari during the 2015 election, and then Jubrin from Sudan in 2019 election, seems to have repented. At least he told the Fulani presidency the truth, that the Nigerian government is giving fake and false impression that the American government were going to send troops to defend Nigerians and fight the IPOB and Eastern Security Network in order to keep their stupid and senseless One Nigeria. Through his statement, it confirms that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that the Nigerian military are depleted. They don't have men. They have obsolete ammunition, and some of the obsolete ones, they don't have enough. They still gave to Boko Haram and the Fulani militias to maim and kill and kidnap innocent Biafrans and other non-Fulani citizens. And their soldiers are not well motivated. How can they be motivated when you owe them salaries and allowances for months? Then they are not giving them proper training. Neither are they giving them the correct or right ammunition or functioning ammunitions. It is only when they want to come and massacre Biafrans, they start rallying around. Niger, please give us ammunition. Chad, give us ammunition. That's what they are doing. The Biafran people, like our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has always been saying, that we Biafrans are peaceful people and we do not hate any tribe in Nigeria, including the Fulanis. And that is why you find Biafrans in every nook and cranny of Nigeria, of Africa, of North America, Asia, Europe, Australia, other parts of the world. You can name it. Even if it's possible, you may find Biafrans on the moon and Mars. I'm just exaggerating. You know, Biafrans, they do business and invest and work in those nations they find themselves. Biafrans are hardworking, friendly, and successful people. That is why they live in peace with the various host nations they find themselves. Biafrans are both Democrats and Republican-minded people. But one thing they dislike is when you oppress and dominate them, or when you want to oppress and dominate them. They will resist and fight back. You can go and ask the slave masters. They will tell you. The transatlantic slave trade. Go and ask. They will resist back, they will resist and fight back to get justice. After they have gotten the justice, they will come back to be your friend. This is how amazing and unique the Biafran people are. Many Biafrans have Fulani relatives, spouses, in-laws, and friends. Biafrans are not racist, and they do not make racist statements. Some of the statements that you see right now floating all over the social media basically are done by mischief makers who are trying to coin Biafran statements as though they are racist. But what Biafrans are trying to tell the whole world, they are trying to tell them the truth. And they are trying to tell them the truth about the lies of the Fulani Nigerian government on insecurity and terrorism, which they have gagged Nigerian compromised media. They have gagged everybody and bribed everybody to shut everything down and project their own narratives. Successful Fulani-controlled Nigerian government have been oppressing Biafrans, pre and post 1967 Nigerian civil war that claimed over 5 million Biafran lives. The Fulanis have also been trying to dominate Biafrans, and the situation got worse when the late Buhari was elected as Nigerian president in 2015. Buhari and his Fulani Meyetiala used the Fulani militias to overrun Middle Belt, Southwest, and Hausa and Northern Christian ancestral lands. They succeeded because those tribes supported the fraud called One Nigeria. But the Fulani were resisted by IPOB and Eastern Security Network in Biafra land because they fought back. They fought back. Biafrans are angry because you can't oppress them and at the same time you are trying to dominate them. It doesn't work that way. The Yoruba nation saw this IPOB and Eastern Security Network boldness and resistance to the Fulani domination, and some of them got emboldened and are now fighting back. And that is why you see them asking for Oodua Republic. Out of the desperation of the Fulani and their greed, the Fulani have now resorted to use the Nigerian military to maim, massacre, and bombard Biafrans with fighter jets to cow them into submission. With the help of our corrupt and selfish political and traditional leadership. My advice to all those tribes or nations that envies or jealous Biafrans because of their success and progress is that they should embrace Biafrans and let them go in peace, so that that success will rub off on them and there will be peace in the land. When God is blessing your neighbor, remember, if you rejoice with your neighbor, the blessing will rub off on you because God is in your neighborhood. The sky is too big for all the stars not to shine. Biafrans are loving and peace-making people. In the southwest region, the Fulani herders, they destroy local farmers' farmland. And when those farmers complain to the security operatives, just like what happened recently at Obokun local government area of Osun State, the farmers were arrested for complaining about their farms being destroyed by Fulani Janjaweeds. They were arrested, and the Fulanis were let go. Nothing happened to them. That is the consequence of supporting One Nigeria. One Nigeria is an evil scheme the Fulanis are using to commit all their atrocities against Biafrans and non-Fulani tribes. The Fulanis hide under the One Nigeria to oppress and dominate others. For example, the Fulani Nigerian government expressed disappointment over the attack on them You know, they call it attack. Someone is telling them the truth. Over the attack on them by Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom, because Ortom did not keep quiet about the killing of thief people at an IDP camp. It's a refugee camp, it's not IDP, but they are just trying to water it down to deceive the whole world. You know, they killed the Benue people in IDP camp. After chasing them away from their ancestral land, the Fulani government created IDP camps and put them there. And now they have sent their terrorists to go and kill them in the IDP camp. And the governor is shouting and they are saying he is not being nice to the government. You know, that is what that can only happen in a zoo called Nigeria. You know, this is the kind of thing our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is fighting against. He doesn't want that to happen in Biafra land. My brothers and my sisters, the eyes of many one Nigerian advocates are beginning to open, and the majority of them are supporting Fada Mbaka's call for the impostor Yusuf Abubakar Umar to resign. Nigeria and the Fulani Caliphate has fallen. It's just a matter of days. Even the Hausas and the Northern Christians are complaining seriously because the marauding terrorist foreign Fulanis have turned them into refugees in their own father's land. They have turned them into widows and widowers and orphans, and the Fulani Nigerian government is not helping the oppressed, but supporting and making excuses for the oppressors. This is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that freedom is not cheap and you have to fight back to get your freedom. Many didn't listen to him then in 2013, 2014, but are now listening because they are being affected. At that time, they thought they were not going to be affected. Also in Kaduna, the terrorist Fulani governor, the Miget, Nasiru El-Rufai, is increasing tuitions for school so as to increase student dropout because the parents can afford it. He knows that. And this policy is targeted towards the Southern Kaduna Christians. He wants to turn them into Almajaris as they did to the Hausas, you know, so that they can overrun the remaining land of Southern Kaduna. You know, I want those ones to wake up. Let their eyes open and, you know, treat the Miget the way he should be treated. He's a terrorist. The Fulani Nigerian government has sunk Nigeria into over $33 trillion debt. Sorry, 33 trillion naira debt due to their nepotic appointments, corruption, misplaced priorities, incompetencies, greediness, and wickedness. They have looted all the loans and no country wants to borrow them money anymore. Now that they have run the country aground, they have succeeded in leading Nigeria and the Fulani Caliphate to their fall, like the wall of Jericho. You know, they did it themselves. The Janjaweed Fulani will be disgraced out of Nigeria and sent back to Futa Jalon, where they belong and can practice their terrorism with joy. The political parties in Nigeria, like PDP, APC, and all other ones, are organizations of thieves which the Fulani uses to control and oppress Nigerians and Biafrans. Every proponent of freedom should not trust any of the political parties because those parties only serve the interests of the Fulanis and not the interests of the masses of Biafrans. For example, now that Fada Mbaka have seen the light and is now saying the truth, the Fulani APC is threatening to expose him. I don't know what exposure what they want to expose him for. Okay, they are now saying that they are going to report him to Vatican and Pope. They think Vatican and Pope can be bribed? No, you can't bribe them. Just because he said that the fake Buhari at Aso Rock should resign for allowing Nigerians to be killed by his terrorist Fulani brothers. The impostor Yusuf Abubakar Umar is not a Nigerian. He's from Niger, so he's not concerned about Nigeria. He's concerned about the people of Niger. So I don't understand why they should, you know, they're going to expect so much from him. Now that the Fulani in Nigeria and the Caliphate has fallen, the Janjaweed have sent that impostor in Aso Rock to organize a security meeting with their terrorist military chiefs. And now they are remembering the vice president, Oshibajo, to join them. Now he's relevant because everyone has abandoned them. All their friends abandoned them. They want to use this to deceive and curry favor from the Yorubas. But it's too late. Everybody's eyes are open now. After they failed in their military onslaught in Biafra land, they are now organizing kangaroo security meeting. You know, that won't work. It won't help them. The Babariga wearing mobile dollar bank Fulani governor, you know, is a mobile bank of Kano State, is complaining of massive corruption going on in Nigeria. This story is like a black kettle calling a black pot black, you know. It can only happen in the zoo. Imagine the boldness. He may have made the statement because his other Fulani brothers in government have stolen so much money more than him, or they have looted so much money more than him. The Fulani controlled Nigerian Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, is now broke. Why won't it be broke? It is being run by Fulanis. All they know is to loot. They don't know how to, you know, they don't understand how to make somewhere grow. No, they don't. And they now said NNPC can't remit a kobo into the Federation account because of, you know, subsidy payments. And you know, in 2015, when the late Buhari came in, they lied that they have stopped subsidy. So who are they deceiving? They also lied at that period that they defeated Boko Haram. So they added one small English and said technically defeated, so that people will know that they know how to speak English, right? Whereas they were the one funding and supporting Boko Haram through their terrorist communication minister, Sheikh Issa Patami. You know, that is the Fulanis for you. They will run things aground and they will look for someone to blame. And they want to keep Nigeria one by force. That will never work because we are not the same people. We don't have the same culture. We don't have appetite for terrorism. We don't kill, we don't kidnap, we don't do all the atrocities they commit. We don't run other people's land and convert it to ours. Because if Biafrans are doing such, by now we would have taken over the whole Nigeria. Because you find Biafrans all over Nigeria doing businesses, investing, but they don't have that mindset, or they don't think about overrunning people's land because they respect the local people. They respect them. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching my video. Please watch out for the next, and bye-bye for now.